This is the video that is going to change your life and break down exactly what you need to know to land a high-paying software engineering job in this cooked market. If there's one YouTube video of mine that you should watch, it's this one. The strategies I share here helped me land 2 software engineering jobs, plus others that you'll see in this video, including one at Amazon. So grab a notebook, a pen, and let's dive in. All right, guys. So this is what it takes to land a high-paying software engineering job. Just a little bit about me before we get into it is, before software engineering, I was just washing cars, training jiu-jitsu, and trying to invest the little money I had into cryptocurrency, trying to follow my crypto dreams of becoming a millionaire or something like that. Here's me. I was an absolute unit in jiu-jitsu, and here's me at work. Here's another job video of me at work training, and this is me now. Yeah, I was even an early adapter of different crypto projects, which actually ended up with me losing lots of money. Actually, this is one of the coding projects that I was an early investor on, Tag Protocol. I definitely lost a lot of money here, and you can see I was also like a little mini micro influencer for crypto projects and cryptocurrency. I actually remember having a moment where I felt degraded at my car washing job. These guys who were literally just around my age at the job would literally throw keys at me and tell me what to do. Okay, and the thing is, they wouldn't just throw keys at me. Some of the times they would even make it into like a game where they would like act like they were bowling the keys to me. And they felt that was funny. I did not like that at all. I actually had a coworker who never used to talk to me like that. He one day came up to me saying, yeah, I'm going to have you do this, and I'm going to have you do this. And he was putting some emphasis on it. And the way he said it, you could definitely see that he was definitely trying to have some type of power trip over me. There's some pictures of me at my job. And you know, now that I look at these pictures, I was like taking pictures with like people's glasses on and doing pull-ups and work on my martial arts at the job. So, you know, probably made sense, but still, I didn't like how he was power tripping me. I remember thinking, if others can land jobs like this, why can't I? You guys are like the same age as me. Why can't I land this job? Why can't I do this? If others can do it, why can't I? So from that moment, I realized that something had to change. My crypto dreams weren't working at all. And I was at this car washing gig for over 2 years now with not really any improvement. So I thought to myself, the reason I'm not getting paid what I want to get paid is because I don't have the skills worth earning what I'd like to earn. So I looked at a bunch of different skills and interests that I had growing up, and I landed on coding. So some of the skills I had was I was really into building computers. This is one of my first PC builds that had upgraded over the years as time went by. I ended up upgrading this over the years. I also loved playing video games. I was playing League of Legends and Valorant. And I guess my question was, if I like being on computers so much, why not get paid to be on my computer? So that's when I enrolled in my computer science program that summer. And by the way, I felt like a complete idiot compared to my peers. I felt like I would be studying more than them, but make less progress than them. Or if not that, I felt like my peers were coding since like literal toddlers, and I had no chance because the skill level was just too far. So here's me studying at my desk. I was using my mom's laptop to take notes, and I was using my computer to actually write the code. I felt like Einstein. So given that information, getting into software engineering wasn't easy for me at all. I had no experience, I had no connections, I had no clue where to start, and on top of all that, I've never even opened up an IDE before I enrolled in college. But over time, I figured out a system, a clear set of steps that took me from washing cars to landing my first high-paying software engineering job. And here's the thing. If you follow this 5-step system that you'll see in this video, you can do it too. Not only will you land your first job, but by doing so, you'll also future-proof yourself to make yourself irresistible in the market, making you never go without a software engineering job again. Here is my high-paying software engineering job invitation with and nice $87,000 a year check. Beautiful. Fully remote as well. Let's get right into it, guys. Step one, we're going to need to get laser focused on your goals. Most people fail at landing software engineering jobs because they don't know exactly what job they're aiming for or what skills it actually requires. So here's what we're going to do. This is when we figure out our goal setting. This is our goal setting period. What we'll do is we'll identify the exact job discipline that you want, whether front end, back end, full stack, etc. We're going to plan what to learn based on a real job postings, not random tutorials. And we're going to set your daily, weekly schedule for coding practice, applications, and networking. All things that we're going to get into later in this video. But here, let me show you. So instead of just watching a random coding tutorial, you can go on these job postings and look at what all of them have in common in terms of qualifications. Okay, so you can see here, proficiency in at least one of the following programming languages or frameworks: JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, C, C#, C++, React, Go, blah, blah, blah. Okay, over here, TypeScript, React, backend, Python, Flask, PostSQL. Ooh, didn't we just say some of that in here? Interesting. What about this one? Python. Whoa, all three of these need a proficiency in Python, and as well as PostSQL. Okay, we are starting to see a pattern here. So instead of going onto these coding tutorials where they just teach you some random projects, how about we go and figure out what the job wants us to learn? So I think all of these applications are for full stack development. And these are just all the type of tools and languages and frameworks that you need to be learning to get these jobs. So, boom. And then set your daily, weekly schedule for coding practice, applications, and networking. So here's my coding workspace. This is the coding workspace I made when I was really coding consistently, landing my first software engineering job. I use this workspace to hold myself accountable. It was to code 60 minutes a day. I have my to-dos, everything that I needed to do that day. I had it all set up here. You can get this template. I'll list it in the description. You can get it for $9, 99 cents to $10. It will come with a YouTube tutorial on exactly how to operate all this stuff. So if you're new to Notion, you'll be able to use it. The boxes that weren't ticked were days where I had a lot going on and forgot to check in, but I've been up for the past 50 days, all thanks to you. So this guy, he used my system, set up a goal, and boom, he actually landed a software engineering job that you guys will see later on in this video. So after we got our mindset, after we finished setting our goals, step 2 is we're gonna build the right skills the right way. Why? If you've been learning to code for months with no results, it's because you're not learning skills that hiring managers value. So here's what we'll do. We'll replace any random coding with targeted learning tied directly to your career goal. We're gonna work on 3 to 5 neat code, not leak code sessions per week, 1 to 2 hours each, focusing on logic, not just memorization, and learn industry demand tools and technologies in 1 to 2 week focused sprints. So we're going to be replacing random coding with targeted learning. And I want you guys to understand exactly what I mean by that. Outflow produces inflow. If you are wasting your time creating useless coding projects that you are just vibe coding or following the YouTube tutorial, all you're going to be left with is vibe coded projects and projects that you randomly followed from a YouTube tutorial, thinking that it's pushing you to land a job. But as we just seen in step 1, that's not even the tools that people are looking to get. That's not even what people are looking to get in their job applications. So if we look over here, we're seeing that you're comfortable with working with cloud, Google Cloud, React front end, Python Flask, and stuff like PostSQL. So instead of doing all these vibe coding projects for no reason, especially if you're not even trying to make a startup out of it, instead of doing that, how about you just replace what you're doing with those vibe coding projects and work on these instead? Work on these skills instead. I promise you'll have much more of a return on investment, especially if you're looking to land a software engineering job. You have much more return on investment if you're working on these things instead. 3 to 5 neat code and not leak code sessions per week. All right, let me show you guys exactly why I emphasize Neat code, not leet code. Arrays and hashing, 2 pointers, binary search trees. Every single data structure that you see here is a prerequisite of the other. 2 pointers is a prerequisite of binary search, along with sliding window and linked list. And all of it is a prerequisite of arrays and hashing. So you're going to be learning all of these tools in order. You're going to learn all these data structures in order the way you should be learning it. And the problem with leet code is they're kind of just all over the place. You feel like you do 2 sum and then it's just everywhere. I feel like I'd never had a clear goal with leet code. It's just all over the place. Okay, and I talked about this in one of my reels, focusing on logic and not just memorization. I need you guys to understand something. Software engineering recruiters are looking for competent software engineers. They are not looking for people who have photographic memory. And I promise you, if you go into a job interview and you just memorize the entire code from a freaking neat code question, you memorize the code, the interviewer will see right through that BS. And I'm going to call you out here. It's my job. I'm going to call you out here. They're going to see right through that BS because you don't know what you're doing. You just know how to memorize something. What you need to do is, instead of memorizing the code itself, memorizing the logic and memorizing patterns that you'll see, memorizing the patterns in the code that you'll see. So that way, let me tell you what could happen. If you are in an interview and the software engineering recruiters ask you to answer a question, right? You can answer that question, talk them through line by line exactly what you're doing. Okay? And guess what? Even if you get that question wrong, the recruiter sees, okay, that was totally a syntax error and not a logical error. This guy is not incompetent. He just didn't memorize syntax. We have so many tools to get syntax right. We don't have tools to have competence like that. That's why we're able to land high-paying jobs, because they hire competence, not photographic memory. Okay, so focus on the logic, not just the memorization. Learn industry demand tools and technologies in 1 to 2 week focused sprints. All right, this one is very, very important, and it's not talked about enough. You do not need to master SQL. You do not need to master Mongo. You do not need to master Python, Flask, and all this stuff. You need to be able to make your way around it, okay? That's what you need to do. And when you get to the job, you will learn 30 times more than you will ever learn by sitting at your computer and studying from a YouTube video or a coding course. You will learn 30 times more than any of that. You'll learn on the job. So don't waste your time trying to learn, and spend that time getting to understand how to make your way around it. So spend 1 or 2 weeks on a certain skill that you see pop up a lot in some of the job postings that you see. So focus like 1 to 2 weeks on some of those skills. All right, step 3, create a standout portfolio and resume. Why? Your portfolio is your proof. Without it, you blend in with thousands of other applicants. What we'll do, we're going to build 3 high quality projects tailored to your target discipline. We're going to tear down your current resume and rebuild it from scratch, and create personal portfolio site, or have AI rebuild it and sell your skills at a glance. All right, guys. So let's first talk about the building 3 high quality projects. Honestly, I doubt that this video is going to get that many views, because this video is such a raw video. Like, this is a raw video. I'm going through a doc, a Miro workspace board, and I am showing you exactly what the steps you need to take to land a high paying software engineering job in this market. So I doubt that it's going to get that many views. So what you can literally do is you can just take these ideas and you can just create projects out of them. All these, and you can just create these exact projects and put them on your resume, and you'll be good. But if you see this video has more views, it ends up getting more views, maybe don't do that, because, you know, it's going to be saturated. Everybody's going to look the same. But I doubt it's going to get that many. If it's like under 20,000, under 10,000, go ahead and take these ideas and just build them yourself. All right, so we're going to tear down your current resume and rebuild it from scratch. When it comes to tearing down your resume, there's so many resume templates out there that I just felt it was kind of irrelevant for me to show you guys a resume template. But what I can do is, if a lot of people are asking me for resume templates and ask for my resume template and just asking for a resume template that they can use for their jobs, you guys can go ahead and like comment it or hit me up on Instagram. Just let me know, and if I see like a plethora of them, I will send it to my community first. It'll make my way to YouTube and Instagram. And by the way, I have a community of over 1,500 software engineers who are serious about landing software engineering jobs and getting better at their craft. Feel free to join it. The link will also be in the description. And also creating a personal portfolio site. Honestly, the problem is with this is people just take too much time to build these. I had AI build mine, and then I implemented my projects into the source code. You could do the exact same thing. You can, instead of spending weeks or a month on your personal portfolio website, spend a day or 2 days on it and talking to AI and having them perfect it and plug in your pictures and your projects in the source code, and you'll be good. So it's going to sell your skills at a glance. All right. So step 4, this is going to be one of the skills that absolutely future-proof you in the market. And a lot of people are not going to be willing to do this. But the ones who do this, this is going to be the thing that future-proofs them in the market. You need to make yourself impossible to ignore. I've made myself impossible to ignore now. Nobody, they probably have seen my name pop up by now. So why? You're competing with people who've been coding for years. You can't afford to be invisible. What we'll do, we're going to post 5 times a week on LinkedIn to show you're active and serious, sharing things like coding insights, project updates, and even cringe progress posts that get your recruiters' attention. And we're going to start building social proof, so your name kind of rings a bell when recruiters see your application. Here, let me tell you, the truth is, some of you guys might even be better programmers than me, but I bet I could get the job over you because I've my social proof. Just saying how it is. I'm not saying my social proof is all. I still have a great portfolio. I still have a great resume. I still have these things that I've talked about in this video. I still have all of these things, but this is something that I also have over you. So it's an addition that I have over you. And I understand not everybody is a social media kind of person. I understand that. And the truth is, if you implement all 4 out of the 5 of these steps that I'm sharing in this video, if you implement all 4 of them and leave out this one, you will still land a software engineering job. You will still land a high-paying software engineering job. You will. This is more to future-proof you, to make sure you never go without a software engineering job, to make you irresistible in the market, regardless of whether it's an up market or down market for software engineers. Yeah. If you're scared of looking cringe, I was too. I was definitely scared of looking cringe. When I first started creating content, I started creating my content on Instagram. I did not use LinkedIn. I used Instagram instead. So if you really don't want to do social media, I would do LinkedIn instead of Instagram, and you're going to have the same result. But I used Instagram. I started coding from day 1 all the way to day 100, and it's been like 2.5 years now, maybe 3 years now. No, going on to 3 years, 2.5 years of creating content here. Yeah, like I built my social proof. Yeah, you've guys seen me go from no software engineering job, not even knowing how to make an HTML website, to landing my first high-paying software engineering job. Social proof. You guys seen me do it, and even seen me help other people do it. So yeah, if you are looking for ideas, you guys can use this. And one more thing about the cringe topic before it forgets my mind. Your friends will laugh at you, and you need to think about it. If they laugh at you for being cringe, think about it like this. You're going to be laughing your way. They're going to be laughing, and you're on your way to a high-paying software engineering job interview while they're laughing their way to Indeed. You see? You see how these 2 roads cross each other? Yeah, that's what it's going to look like. So if you need ideas, go ahead, look at my Instagram, but just don't copy me. If you copy me, everyone's going to copy me, and everyone's going to look exactly the same. And now everyone's going to be invisible because everyone looks the same. So just be yourself, be authentic, share your coding insights, project updates, and even progress. Okay. All right. Step 5, apply relentlessly and network smart. Why? The market is competitive as heck right now, and volume matters, but smart volume matters more. So this is what we'll do. We'll apply to 30 plus targeted jobs per day with a repeatable system. Use top job boards and niche sites for better chances, and DM recruiters directly with personalized messages to shortcut the hiring process. All right, let me keep it straight up with you guys. Apply to 30 plus jobs per day with a repeatable system. I actually just made a piece of content about this on my Instagram, and I was being very generous actually. I was said that the reason you can't land a software engineering job is because you're only applying to 2 or 3 jobs a day. I was being very generous. It turns out people aren't even doing that. People are applying to 2 to 3 jobs a week and wondering why they're not seeing any interviews or not hearing back from anybody. They're applying to 2 to 3 jobs a week, if that. There's some people who's not even doing that. 1 job a month probably. I did not know that people were not applying like that. So you need to be applying to 30 plus jobs per day with a repeatable system. And you guys can use this tool massive. Check it out. They're not sponsoring this video, but it's just a really good tool that I use. I have an affiliate link though that you can use in the description. It's a really great tool. You can have it swipe to apply to jobs if you're on your phone, and it will also auto apply. I think it can auto apply up to 100 jobs a week or something like that. I just know it's really great. You guys could use it for sure. Check out the description. There'll be like an affiliate link for that one. Use top job boards and niche sites for better chances. Here is a website, Well Found. This is like a top job board, like a niche website that you can also use. Trending startup jobs. You can apply to trending startup jobs, and could be a good fit for you as well. And DM recruiters directly with personalized messages to shortcut the hiring process. This is one of those things that I was also like, there's so many people with templates on how to DM a recruiter. If I get that more people are asking me for it, you guys can feel free to leave me a comment or shoot me a message on DM, and I'll like give it to my community, and then it'll make its way to Instagram and YouTube. So if you guys want like personalized messages to shortcut the hiring process, let me know. I'll like help you guys with like prompts, or maybe like ChatGPT prompt that you can use, and then update it to your liking. All right guys, so what's next? Now that you have this exact roadmap to land a high-paying software engineering job, you could take this and run with it on your own. If you follow these steps consistently, you will build the skills, portfolio, and network you need to land a job. But it will take longer. You will make mistakes. You'll waste time on the wrong things and probably bump your head a few times, just like I did before I figured this out. That's why I offer a one-on-one mentorship for people who want to shortcut the trial and error process and actually get results and interviews faster. If you want my personal help on landing a high-paying software engineering job, here's how it works. We'll have a 1-hour call to see if you're in the position for me to help you. If it's a fit, I'll guide you through the process step by step, keep you accountable, and help you stand out so you can land interviews in weeks, not months. And if not, I'll work with you up until you land your first software engineering job. Here are some of the people that I helped land software engineering jobs. First guy is my guy Shimboshu. He was a go-getter. He was a hustler. Okay. He landed a job like within like a month. I think it was really fast. He landed a job really fast. He's been offered an opportunity to work at the startup as a junior backend developer. And Audrey, she is one of my favorites. She was a hustler. She got her first interview invite for an internship. She was an aerospace engineering student, and now with the skills that I talked about in this video, she implemented those and made herself irresistible in the market. Now she works at Amazon. It's amazing. She works at Amazon now. And my guy Chijoki, he got invited to work on a project as a back-end developer. I don't know if I'm meant to cry or laugh because I just recently began this journey. Chijoki, congratulations, my man. So guys, if you want me to walk you through step by step, be with you there until you land your first software engineering job, click the link in the description, book your call, and we can make something happen. Till then, cheers. See you guys in the next video.